The following is a presentation of the Dragon Sports Network.
From Jim Wooten Field at A.S. Bro Irvin Stadium, we welcome you to the DSN's coverage of Junction City football. I'm Wayne Pumphrey, and tonight the Junction City Dragons travel into Central Arkansas to take on the 5A Beebe Badgers. I almost said something else, not sure what. And we are looking hopefully for a good game tonight. We apologize, we will not be doing game night tonight due to technical difficulties. We're going to go ahead, though, and do the coaches' shows right now. And we're going to start with Badger coach Chris Gunter and his thoughts on the team and on the season so far. I'm with Coach Chris Gunter, the Beebe Badgers. Coach, talk about the season so far and how your team's progressed.
Yeah, we've taken the steps to get better each week, which is obviously every coach's desire and hopes every week. We've played a 6A team, we've played a 5A team that's very competitive, and then obviously another 5A team or 4A team last year that's very good in Lone Oak, and so they've been close. We lost the last two, one by a total of 11 points, and kids are fighting. They're I feel like this is year 3 for me, and I finally feel like we kind of turned that corner as far as it's not when something bad happens they just throw their hands up in the air and woe is me and here we go again, but they're really competing and they're not quitting, and that's what I'm proud of.
Coach, on offense, what do you like to run?
We're very multiple. I know that's cliche, but we're very multiple. We'll be in 10, 11, 20, 32 personnel, and we'll try to gain numbers by our formations and stuff like that. So we'll be very multiple.
Defensively?
We are an even front. We're a 4-2-5, so we play with the nickel Sam, and obviously defense coordinator Tate Ben does a great job with those guys and gets them adjusted and adjusting emotions and gets them to where we're not beat pre-snap, and we always have somebody leveraging the ball, and so we're a 4-2-5.
Getting close to conference play, I'm pretty sure, is this your last non-conference game tonight?
Yes, sir.
What would you like to see out of your team tonight?
I just want to see them go compete. I want to see them be one-play warriors. That's what we talk about. Never get too high, never to get too low. No matter what just happened, move on, regroup, reset, and let's be one-play warriors each time. And so I want to see that. I want to see them go out and compete. I want to play 4 quarters, and obviously, want to come away with a W.
Coach, thank you, and good luck tonight.
You bet. Thank you so much. Thanks, man.
I'll pick it up.
And now performing the national anthem, the Beebe High School Marching Band.
The Beebe High School Band performing the national anthem. You just heard Chris Gunter, the head coach of the Beebe Badgers, talking about his team. We got to talk with Coach Brad Smith and his thoughts on the Dragons, tonight's game, and what he expects out of his team. Coach, your thoughts on the Haynesville game?
Man, I thought we played well. We just didn't make the plays. I mean, there was some questionable officiating. That's every game you play, even at home. We catch what we throw. We catch what we touch. We tackle what we touch. We win the ball game. Yeah, we just did not execute. Did not make enough plays to do it. Played super hard. Played really well, but the guys got to learn. You got to execute.
Coach, of course, big question every week, health-wise, how's your team looking?
Well, we're still a little bumped and bruised. We're not going to play Corey tonight. He probably could go. And Kevin's nursing a bum knee, and we don't know when or if we're going to get Kevin back. He's got a doctor's appointment that'll probably settle all that next week.
Got the Beebe Badgers tonight. Offensively, what do you expect out of them?
They're very multiple. They run a lot of stuff that we run, and they spread it out and chunk it. They can run it well and throw it well.
Defensively?
They're about like us. We're on 34. 34, play, pretty gap sound. Going to put the lick on you, so we got to be ready.
Coach, your last non-conference game before you head into conference play in 2 weeks. The progression of your team, how do you feel about it so far?
We made pretty good strides. The first game we laid as big an egg as you can lay. We come back, made some very good physical improvements, but also made a ton of errors. Thought we played really well against Lake Village, Lakeside. Then last week our execution went down, but your execution went down. You got to give some of that credit to Haynesville because execution a lot is dependent upon guys hitting you and getting there faster than normal. And I thought for the most part we responded pretty well.
What do you expect out of your team tonight? What would you like to see out of them?
I'd like to see the same effort with better execution we had last week.
Coach, thank you and good luck tonight.
All right, man.
That was Coach Brad Smith of the Junction City Dragons talking about how his team's performed so far this year and about tonight's game and what he expects out of them tonight. And hopefully he gets what he expects. Right now, let's do the Arkansas Football Report with Mr. Sean Enos.
Welcome back to Week 4 of the Arkansas High School Football Report, where we take a look at AA and AAA small school football here in Arkansas. First up, let's take a look at how our six-pack of AA teams fared last week. Junction City took it on the chin at Haynesville, Louisiana, 40-28. You had to know that was going to be a tough one to win on the road for the Dragons. Fordyce, they lost to 4A Monticello, playing up a couple of notches in classification. Desart, they beat Earl 12-6 in a low-scoring affair there. Bigelow, they're the newest member of our six-pack of teams to watch in AA. They had a bye week. McCrory they went up in classification also. They played Baptist Prep. They lost a thriller in overtime, 31-24. Clarendon, they took care of business against East Poinsett County, 48-0. And that wraps up the AA games from last week. So let's move on and see what happened last week in AAA. Remember, there's 3 teams I picked early in the year, and we're just going to track them throughout the season to sort of prep Dragon fans for Junction City's move next year up to AAA football. So one of our teams, Boonville, they played up a single class, and they poured it on Mena 35-6. McGee, they went up a class. They beat Crossett 15-13, low-scoring one there. And Prescott, our third team, they went up 2 classes, and they put it on Hope 49-14. So our AAA teams, Boonville, McGee, and Prescott, they all come away with wins last week. And that leads us back to AA action, where we're going to take a look at our six-pack of teams to watch in the state for this week. And where are our teams playing? Junction City, they're jumping up 3 classes, the Dragons are, to play at 5A Beebe on the road. That's probably a 3-hour trip nearly for Junction. We'll see how that one goes on such a long road trip. I believe Beebe's struggling this year, so the Dragons might pull out the upset there for sure. Desart, they're idle this week. Bigelow, now this is our newest team, remember, in our six-pack of teams to watch. They're traveling to Magazine. From what I understand, Bigelow should be a heavy favorite there. McCrory travels to Mark Tree. That's supposed to be a close one. And our other matchup of the week, we get excited around here when 2 of our own teams from our six-pack, when they play each other. And here we go again. Clarendon traveling to Fordyce. This could be, who knows, this could be one of the top 2A games in the state for this entire season, because these might be the two best teams in AA football. It's a little bit early to say that, but it could be. This really ought to be a good matchup there in Fordyce, so we'll take a look next week and see how that turned out. And finally, this week in our AAA football coverage, Boonville hosts Two Rivers. Boonville should be big favorites in that. Prescott had a game scheduled, now listed in all the sources that I can find as canceled. And McGee hosting Drew Central. My bet is McGee is a big favorite in that one. And that will wrap us up this week for the Arkansas Football Report. We're going to send it back now to the best in the business, the DSN, with Wayne, Jacob, and Denton. We'll talk next week.
Thank you, Mr. Sean Enos, Arkansas High School Football Report, presented by Terminix. And big shout out to them for being the presenter of the Arkansas High School Football Report. I'd like to thank Ameriprise Financial for the coaches show. We had to do it kind of in a hurry there. And a shout out to corporate. Thank you for helping us out. Folks, you got us on the air tonight, taking care of some stuff for us, and we greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I know you do too, because it is a beautiful evening here in Central Arkansas. Sun setting behind the press box. Both teams preparing to take the field. Junction City captains are on the field with Beebe's, and we are waiting for the coin toss, which is taking place right now. And the Dragons, I believe, are going to receive.
Junction City wins the toss and will elect to receive.
And Beebe will kick off. I believe the Dragons will be going from your right to your left. And Beebe from left to right. We wait for both teams to take the field. I'm Wayne Pumphrey, along with Denton Ashcraft, and we welcome you to Jim Wooten Field, where tonight the Junction City Dragons will try to get some things straightened out. They got a bye week coming up, and then the game that will, as everybody's already saying, will determine the 8AA conference. They will go to Dallas County to take on Fordyce. If you listen to the coaches show, Chris Gunter is wanting a solid performance out of his team tonight as they get ready to go into conference play. And, of course, you hear the fireworks going off to the left of us there. They got the whole 9 yards smoke and everything. It is a beautiful facility, folks, no doubt about it. They have a jumbotron the whole 9 yards. And they definitely let everybody know that the Badgers have taken the field. The Dragons now coming onto the field. And as I mentioned a while ago, they will receive to start the game. Jacob Pumphrey cannot be with us tonight. Work duties at Southern Arkansas University, but hopefully we will have him back in 2 weeks. Next week we're off. Then after that, we start conference play. And of course, that will be Fordyce, and then I believe we get Parkers Chapel, Bearden, Hampton, or maybe Hampton, Bearden like that. But those are the 4 games that will be left after tonight. The final football Friday night in September. Man, time flies. And I mean, when I say flies, it flies. It seemed like just last week we were at Harmony Grove, and now here we are getting ready for the 5th game of the season. Junction City coming in 2-2. Beebe, as Coach Gunter mentioned, coming in 0-3, but playing some very tough competition. 2 games they could have easily won. One of them, he said, hey, we talking to him before we did the interview, and he said, hey, we took one on the chin, but we got 2 that we could have easily pulled off. Junction City, of course, opened with a loss, then came back with 2 wins. And then last week, I don't know how you would describe that other than say it got away from us, but we had some help getting away from us. Well, we're set to go. Junction City sends the return team onto the field. Back deep, it will be Jamal Johnson and number 4, Jardavian Williams. The Badgers, kicking off for them, I believe that is number 14, Rodriguez. And we are about set to get underway. Dragon Sports Network's coverage Junction City football presented by 26 outstanding advertisers. Folks, you see us scroll them during the game. You know any of these people, anything, please let them know you appreciate their taking care of business and helping us get on the air. We are set. Rodriguez puts his foot into it. He'll drive it deep. It is going to go to Johnson. He's coming out of the end zone. He's up to the 10, 15. Johnson breaks through some tackles, 25. Johnson at the 30, and will go to the 35-yard line, and Junction City will go to work there. Brooks Nail on the tackle, a senior for Beebe. And they're going to put the ball down at the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 Dragons, offense on the field. As Smith said in the coach's show, he will hold the bows out tonight. You will not have him. It will be Johnson, and Williams will be the tailback. Official gives the signal. We're ready to go. From the 34, 1st and 10. Johnson with the snap, the give to Williams. Williams looking for a little bit of a hole, finds one, gets up to about the 36, but not much more than that. It'll be 2nd down. A very beautiful facilities, ladies and gentlemen. We walked and looked at it before the game. Major upgrades to the field. In fact, as some of the guys would have said, it looks like a college campus. Very beautiful place. From the 36, call it 2nd and 8. Flags before the play can develop. And we're going to be offsides on the Badgers. So that'll move the ball up to the 41. It'll make it 2nd and 3. Just underway. Initial possession for the Dragons. Johnson again feeds Williams. Williams breaks tackles. Williams cuts it to the outside. Williams still on his feet. Will get near midfield. He's got a 1st down. Jardavian Williams with a great run. He looked like he was fixed to be bottled up. Bounced it outside. Takes it to the Dragon 49 where it is a 1st down. A pickup of about 8 on that carry for Williams. The young man that was thrust into the starting role last week against Haynesville. Here's a fake. Johnson's going to keep it. Johnson's going to get tripped up and brought down, but he will get to midfield. Call it a gain of 1, so it'll be 2nd and 9. As I was mentioning about Williams thrusting to the starting role last week, responded with 14 rushes for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the season, he did not play, or he did not have any rushes against Harmony Grove, but he did start touching the ball right after that. The next 3 games, he has around 350 yards going into tonight. Johnson back on 2nd down. He's going to fire downfield. He's got a man, and it's dropped. Number 7. Key on was the intended receiver. I apologize, do not have an updated roster, so I had to rely on the stat crew some. Key drops it. It'll be 3rd and 9. That's not what the Dragons were looking for. They want to get some passes completed, get some lanes open up for Williams, Johnson to try to get through. 3rd and 9. Johnson rolls out again, looking. He's going to have to fire it. He's got a man. It's going to be caught out of bounds. And that will be 4th down. Smith on the intended pass. He did catch it, but he was out of bounds. So the question now is what the Dragons will do on 4th down from midfield. Looks like they will punt. Christopher Norman checking in. When he's been called upon to punt this year, has done an outstanding job, hitting about 37 net on a punt, per punt. Outstanding number. Dragons having a few guys on the punt team. Didn't know they needed to be out there. Got them out there. They're ready. Good snap. Norman puts his foot. Nice, high, lofty punt. It's going to bounce. The Dragons down there, and they are going to down it at about the 1. Outstanding job by Christopher Norman again. It is going to be on the 1. That is a punt of 49 yards. Outstanding punt by by Norman. Looked like for a second it was going to get away from him, but the Dragons coverage team down there, and if Jacob Pumphrey is here, he would like the fact that they got in front of it, kind of formed a little net and let it roll into their hands. That's just how you want it done. So the Badger offense, an offense that you heard both coaches say likes to run multiple sets, will go to work from the 1-yard line. Little quarterback sneak. It'll be a gain of about 4. Your quarterback for the Badgers, let me see if I can get a number there. It is hard reading their numbers. They call it a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Badgers in the gun. Got a man in motion. And they will fling it out. He's got some running room down the sideline. One man to beat. And he is going to go all the way. Touchdown, Beebe. 95 yards. 2 plays, 99 yards. The second one, a 95-yard touchdown pass. And once he hit the sideline, there was no stopping him. So with 8:55 remaining in the first quarter, Beebe strikes first. And I believe that is the second. I had to do some checking, but I believe that is the second longest opponent touchdown pass against the Dragons. Extra point is up. It is good. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. Your score, Beebe 7, Junction City 0. You're watching Dragon Football on the DSN. Five remaining in the opening quarter. Beebe striking in 2 plays. They were backed up on their 1. First play gained 4 yards. The next one, a 95-yard touchdown pass. Kind of a flare-out pass, and the receiver made a couple of moves, and down the sideline he went. It's Junction City. They have Williams back deep along with Johnson. They're going to squib kick it. I think they tried an onside, and it did not work. Good coverage by Hudson. He immediately went after the ball and covered it, and they're going to open up with good field position. A little surprised at that. I don't know if he meant to do it or not. It looked like they did, but he might not have got his foot quite into it. I'm not sure. Anyway, 49-yard line, or right inside the 50 for the Dragons. And they'll start their 1st and 10. Last time the Dragons got it, they drove to midfield or got to midfield and had to punt. Norman's punt put it back at the 1, and like I said a while ago, 2 plays and the Badgers scored. This is going to be, not sure, I believe that is Norman on the carry. And he will get back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Williams with the carry. Williams through the line. Good hard running. Williams will go down inside the 46, near the 45. Call it a gain of 4, so it'll be 3rd and 7. They're going to say 3, excuse me. So gain of 3. 3rd and 7. 8 minutes remaining. Opening quarter. And now on this 3rd down, the Dragons send trips to their side of the field. Smith, Hudson, and Williams. Here's a give. This is going to be, let's see, Johnson. He will get to about the 40. It's going to depend on the mark. It's going to be 4th down, but it looks like it's going to be 4th and about 3. Call it a 4-yard gain for Johnson. So they got it at the Beebe 42. So Dragons will go for it. They got to get to the 39. 4th down. Johnson in the gun. He's got Williams in the backfield. Surveys the defense. Looks to the sideline. Checking the call. Now Williams will move up beside him. Johnson back looking. He's going to throw. It is caught. Miller with the catch. And it's going to be at the 28-yard line. So it'll be a 1st down. Official timeout. Got a Badger player down. And let's take 30 seconds while they check on the player. We'll be back with more Junction City football on the DSN. First and 10, Junction City from the Badger 28-yard line. Johnson hooking up with Miller for a 14-yard gain on 4th and 3. Dragons trying to get on the board here. Williams with the call. Williams busts through. Williams running over people down inside the 10. And that is a gain of 18 for Williams. Folks, when I say he bust through that line, he was rolling, run over one defender and just kept going. It will be a 1st and 10 from right outside the 10-yard line. Williams with an 18-yard gain. Johnson with the snap. The give. Again, Williams pushes, breaks a tackle. Got 4 offensive linemen looking at him. It probably would help if they get on somebody. Williams might have went on in. It will bring up 2nd down. They had him trapped, look like in the backfield there, right short of the line of scrimmage. He got, I thought, a little bit past it. They're going to put it back at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10, under 6 minutes remaining, 1st quarter. Johnson keeps Johnson straight ahead. He's going to pick up a couple, and it will bring up 3rd down. Smith checks out. Miller checks in on this 3rd. They're going to say a gain of 1, 3rd and 9. So the Dragons can get a 1st down without scoring. And it's Johnson to Hudson, touchdown. Great job of Johnson. He had Hudson coming across on a drag, just put it up there, and Hudson pulls it in. Well, 5:23 remaining in the opening quarter. It is now 7-6, and the Dragons will go for 2. Johnson kind of a little bit of a jump pass. I wasn't sure who's he going to, and then I saw Hudson flashing across. A great job by Hudson. He had a defender on him, but a great job of keeping his concentration, pulling it in. 2-point conversion. Johnson's going to keep it, drives ahead, and they're going to say no, he did not get it. Didn't have much to work with at first. Looks like he got to about the 1, and that was it. So your new score with 5:23 remaining in the first quarter. Beebe 7, Junction City 6. And the Dragons will now kick off. Last time Beebe had the ball, it took them 2 plays. And there's no doubt they got some speed to work with at the skill positions.
10 by 10, 10 by 20, and 10 by 30 sizes, plus climate control options for surveillance.
Next week, open date for the Dragons. Then after that, the trip to Dallas County. And we got some games tonight. Hopefully we can check up on him and get you some scores on our USW scoreboard. We're going to look, of course, at Clarendon and Fordyce, big game going on. And I believe that is in Dallas County. Real good indication of where things stand in AA. It'll take place tonight. We got the 42 sports rankings. We'll give them out at halftime and talk a little bit about what Alan Russell and them have down for the top 10. And that game, 2 teams, people said these 2 teams could easily be 2 of the 4 that's being projected by, depends on who you ask, to get the Little Rock. High cross kick. Junction City down there, and great coverage. The return man could not get going. Hudson, Norman down there with a host of other Dragons, Miller. And they will put the ball down at the, 33-yard line, 1st and 10. 5:18 remaining, first quarter. Junction City's had the ball twice, scored on their second possession. Beebe had it once, they scored. And this will be their second possession. They'll start from the 33-yard line. They'll run a little kind of stretch run to the outside again to the guy that scored a while ago. That is number 4. And that is Karanko. He will get up to the 49-yard line. 16-yard gain by Karanko. First down for Beebe. Now the Badgers, I just say, they got half their backfield in motion here. And that will cost them 5. So that'll put the ball back at the 44-yard line. They had 2 or 3 guys running, and then the receiver lining up on this side lined up off sides. So 1st and 15. Again, multiple shifts. Here's a quick out to Karanko, and nothing happening there. Junction City on it. Immediately first man there, Christopher Norman. And if that name sounds familiar, last week 16 tackles for Norman against the Golden Tornado of Haynesville. That will be a loss of 1, and that will make it 2nd and 16. Junction City defense immediately responding and shutting Karanko down. Quarterback for the Badgers, I failed to mention a while ago, Zach Grant. He is an 11th grader, a junior. And they're going to throw again, and this one is caught. And it will get back not at the line, initial line of scrimmage. It's very close. Actually, they're going to say it did make it. Okay. That will bring up 3rd, and let's call it 9. 3rd and 9. They're right inside Junction City territory. 3:44 remaining, first quarter. Grant surveys the defense. He's got a little bit of pressure coming, throws incomplete. He had Christopher Norman coming in real fast. That pass will go incomplete, and it will bring up 4th down. Let's see what the Badgers try to do. Beebe fakes like they're going for it. They let Grant kick it, and he is going to get off a good punt. It'll go inside the 5 to about the 4. So from the 4-yard line, Junction City go to work with 3:20 remaining in the first quarter. Dragons trail by 1, 7-6. Johnson calling the play, getting everything ready. A couple of substitutions for Beebe real quick. Or actually, I say substitute. They're trying to get somebody in. They didn't have enough players in. Now they get them in. Junction City will go to work. They got Williams in the backfield with Johnson. The give is to Williams. Williams with a little bit of running room. Williams powers over the 10. Goes to about, let's see what the official's marking it there. Looks like he's up to about the 12-yard line. That will be a gain of, actually, yes, they're going to say the 12. Gain of 9 for Williams. Be 2nd and 1. Williams off to a good start again tonight. Just what the Dragons ordered. Johnson with the snap. The give. This is going to be, I believe, Norman and nothing doing. In fact, he will lose a yard. And that's going to bring up, let's see, now they're going to mark it. They're going to say a loss of 2, so it's 3rd and 3 for the Dragons. Really love to see them get a first down here. At least keep moving the ball, get out of their end of the field. Johnson gives again. This is Norman. He plows ahead. It's going to depend on the spot. I believe he got it. And yes, he did. First down. So a pickup of about 4 on that one. And the official is calling a timeout. And while he's doing that, we're going to step away 30 seconds. We'll be back. All right, the official's ready to go.
The following is a presentation.
Dragons, Williams gets the call. He cuts to the outside, goes over the 20. Let's see where they put him down at. About it's going to be right over the 20. A gain of 4 for Williams. 2nd and 6.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. Gain of 4, it will be 2nd and 6.
So from the 21-yard line with a 2nd and 6 and a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter, Junction City trying to get a drive going here. If nothing else, get out of their end of the field. Of course, you'd like to see them work it all the way down the field here. Williams, empty backfield, drops back, looking. He's got pressure. He's going to run. Now he's going to throw. Not a good idea, and it should have been. Oh, man. I'm not sure what he was doing there. He had Smith in the area because I think people fix to holler intentional grounding, but no, he had a receiver, and it looked like the ball hit Smith, and he dropped it. So it brings up 3rd and 6. 1:12 remaining, first quarter.
Ball at the 21-yard line.
Miller checks in with the play. They sent Allen to the top of the field, Miller to the bottom. Johnson rolls out. He's got pressure. He'll throw. He's got a man and overthrows him. He was going for Ryan Allen, and Allen had gotten open, but could not get to it, and that'll bring up 4th down, and the Dragons, pretty sure they will have to punt it away here. So 4th down. And a bad snap. Best thing to do is they could not get on it. The ball is fumbled in the end zone, and a touchdown for Beebe. A horrible snap there cost the Dragons. And it is now 13-6. So let's see what Beebe will do here. Pretty sure they'll kick it. And yep, I see the kicker going in. Rodriguez to attempt it. 1 minute exactly remaining in the first quarter. The snap, ball's down. Good snap, kick is up. It is good. 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Your new score, Beebe 14, Junction City 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Dragon Sports Network. Remaining first quarter. Junction City will send back Jamal Johnson and Williams. Williams standing on about inside the 10, Johnson at about the 15 as Beebe gets ready to kick it off. The Badgers scoring on a bad snap. Ball got into the end zone, recovered by a Badger, and our new score now 14-6. Rodriguez teeing the ball up, getting ready to kick it off. Last kick, he put it to the end zone. Johnson brought it back. Well, I say last kick, second to last kick. The last one looked like they tried an onside and it didn't work. Now they'll cross kick it. And the Dragons will fair catch it at the, that was Miller with the fair catch at the 30-yard line. So Junction City goes to work from the 30, 1st and 10.
Ball at the 30-yard line.
And let's see what the Dragons can do here. Need to get them a little momentum going. Their second drive of the game, they scored. The last one they were moving a little bit, got a couple first downs and had to punt. This is going to be Williams, and he will go to the, let's see where they mark it at. They're going to say that his knee went down at the 30, so no gain as the clock goes under 40 seconds here in the first quarter. So 2nd and 10. A.J. Ivory in the backfield. Now he will split out. Johnson rolls out, spins, looks, throws, overthrows. Not a good pass. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
It will be 3rd and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line.
Johnson, kind of a reverse rollout. Had Smith breaking open, but had to throw it on the run. Third and 10. Johnson surveys the defense. Almost got the Badgers to jump. Now back, gives to Williams. Williams coming through, got some running room, goes over the 35 down to about the 36. They're going to put it, say, a knee down at the 35. Gain of 5. It'll be 4th and 5. And that will be the last play of the first quarter. We got one in the books here at Jim Wooten Field. Our score, Beebe 14, Junction City 6. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the DSN. It is an absolutely beautiful night here in Central Arkansas, and we are in a absolutely beautiful facility here in Beebe. Ready to start the second quarter. Junction City with the ball, but it's 4th and 5. And the Dragons showing, first they showed like they were going to go for it. I believe they're going to punt, though. Backed up in their own end of the field as we start the second quarter. High snap. Johnson gets it. Flags fly. And that should be roughing the punter.
There's a penalty flag on the field.
And that is, he's back up and moving. And Junction City will send the offense back onto the field. And now they're waiting for them. They're marking it off. And they are saying intentional. Roughing the punter. Not running into. And that will put the ball down, let's see, on midfield, ladies and gentlemen. So 1st and 10, Junction City from midfield. 15 yards, roughing the punter. And the Dragon offense will go back to work. Fresh set of downs and great field position. Johnson, give, Williams. Williams comes through. And he will get hit right at the line of scrimmage. Linebacker coming through. Nobody picked him up. 2nd and 10. Ryan Allen will split out. Bottom side of the field, top side, that I believe is Miller. Williams in the backfield with Johnson. Johnson again to give to Williams. Williams fights off 3 tacklers to pick up about 3 yards.
Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and
So it'll be 3rd, and they're going to call it 8, so a gain of 2. And we need that Dragon offensive line to take control there to buy them a little bit of time. They don't need much room. But Beebe is getting them linebackers in there on them immediately. And also that last one I kept calling linebacker, that was 10 for Beebe. That is Heron. He is actually a cover guy. So he was shooting the gap, probably a blitz. Williams starts to roll out like he's going to run, then he starts to pass, and then whistles blow before anything can happen. There's a flag down on the far side of the field. Let's see what we got. Offsides on the Dragons. So that will make it 3rd and 13. Sets the ball back on the Dragon 47, 3rd and 13. And you have to think that if they get some good yardage here, maybe 9, 10, 11 yards, they go for it on 4th down. Let's see what happens. Here we go. They're going to reverse it to Williams. He's got people all over him. I mean, that play never had a chance to develop. Beebe sniffed that out immediately. They were in the backfield and then on the corners before Junction could do anything. 4th down. So a loss of 1 on that one. 4th and 14. Again, a kind of high snap. They'll get this one off, and it's going to start taking a Beebe bounce. Not much on that punt. They had Johnson doing the punting there instead of Norman. Not sure why. I see Norman look like he's okay on the sideline. He might have got a little shook up earlier. The ball will be put down at the Beebe 39, so you're talking a punt of 15 yards. And that's where the Badgers will go to work. 9:30 remaining in the second quarter. Badgers lead it by 8. They scored on a 95-yard touchdown play. And a recovered bad snap in the end zone when Junction was trying to punt on 4th down. Here's the give. And Junction City sniffs it out immediately and shuts it down. No gain. It'll be 2nd down. Flags fly. That was Fablin on the carry.
There's a penalty flag on the field. The ball carrier was number 20, Braden Sanders.
I'm trying to read the number. I think I said 21. It's 20. That's Sanders.
Personal foul.
Personal foul on the Dragons. And it is the 15 yards that will take them to the 46-yard line of Junction City and a 1st down. Sanders on the last carry, no gain, but then they called right at the end of the play, flags flew, and Junction City flagged for 15 yards. So with 9:15 remaining, second quarter, Beebe with the ball sitting at the Junction City 46. Grant hands off, and this time it is going to be number 5. That was Smith. He will pick up a yard, 2nd and 9.
Number 23, Skylar Richardson, the ball carrier. Gain of 1. Will be 2nd and 9.
So from the 45-yard line, 8:26 remaining, second quarter. The Badgers face a 2nd and 9, and they're having a little bit of trouble getting the play in, it appears. They got trips to the bottom of the field, and they got 4 seconds on the game, on the play clock. Now they'll throw a little outlet pass, and a missed tackle is going to result, and we got flags down, so hold everything. It'll result in a touchdown, but there are flags down. Let's see what this is going to be. Yep, it's coming back. That was number 1 on the reception, Stevens. And as he broke into the open, the flag came flying. So that'll bring it back to the 41-yard line. And Junction City having some trouble. Once they get those speedy receivers to the outside, Dragons having trouble keeping them covered. So the ball is set at the 41-yard line of Junction City, 2nd and 5. And Beebe on the move again. Flags, or nope. They're going to call a timeout. Official started running up like he was fixing to toss it, but no, timeout. So we'll step away for 30 seconds. We'll be back here on the DSN. .39 remaining in the first half. Beebe with the lead 14-6. They face a 2nd and 5 from the 41-yard line. Badgers calling a timeout there. They saw something they liked. and want to try apparently because the coach, he was charging out on the field. Not sure what. We're fixing to find out. They put a man in motion. Now they'll bring him back. Grant back deep, looking deep, throws, got a man wide open, and he will go down at about the 6 or 7 yard line. First and goal for the Badgers. So whatever they saw, they liked. They had Grant rolling out, then he looking deep. He had one crossing, and now we have a flag. Yep, we sure did at the 35 yard line. I heard Denton going flag, and I was looking. Hold everything. And that is going to back them up. 5 yard penalty. Actually, it's a spot. So it'll put them back at the 46 yard line. And it will be, let's see, hold everything. It's going to be 1st and 10 now, they're saying. I'm not sure how they got that. Scoreboard now showing 2nd down. Not sure what. Grant back. He feels pressure. He gets a dump off pass. That is to 5. The ball is fumbled. And then out on the ground again, and I'm not sure. Believe the Dragons have it. They do. Junction City ball at the 40, around the 46, 47 yard line. The pass went to Jaden Smith. He fumbled it after getting hit. 10 for Beebe. That is Heron. And Heron had a chance for it, didn't get it. And a host of Dragons covered it up at the 46 yard line of Junction City. So the Dragon offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Johnson, he's got Williams behind him. The give is to Williams. Williams comes through with a head of steam, and if he could just get a little bit of blocking, he would have been on his way. It'll be a pickup of 3. So 2nd and 7. Clock going under the 6:40 mark. 2nd quarter. Johnson. Snap, drops back, looking, fires it downfield, looking for Key. Flags fly. And I believe they're going to call pass interference.
Pass interference to call against the Badgers.
And it is. Pass interference against Beebe. And that will put the Dragons in business at the 36 yard line of the Badgers. So once again, Junction City with a big opportunity here to get some points on the board before the half. 6:16 showing on the clock. And possibly tie this thing up. Johnson, he feeds it to Williams. Williams comes through running hard, goes over the 30 to about the 20. See, they're going to put it down at about the 29. So that is a pickup of 7. Good run by Williams. It's going to make it about a 2nd and 3. In fact, folks, let's call it 8 yard gain, 2nd and 2, and he opens up some possibilities for the Dragons here. A little short, 2 yards for a 1st down. Let's see if Junction City tries something toward the end zone or just works to get the 1st down. They send receivers to the low side of the field. They're going to feed Williams. Williams almost tripped up, keeps his balance, drives to the 20, right on the edge of the purple zone. Call it about a 9 yard gain and a Junction City 1st down. They're going to put the ball down on the 21, 1st and 10 for the Dragons. 5.5 remaining in the 1st half. Beebe leads it by 8, 14-6. Junction City on the go here. Ivory now in the backfield. He'll get his first carry of the night, running hard, pushing through, keeps going. He goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Junction City. Great run by A.J. Ivory, and let's see. Very sure the Dragons will go for 2. It is now 14-12, 5:09 remaining in the first half. Smith will bring in the play. Let's see what the Dragons try. 1 2-point conversion away from a tie game, ladies and gentlemen. And the home side very quiet at the moment. Johnson feeds Ivory. Ivory charges straight ahead. Don't think he got it. No, he did not. Did not get the 2 points. So with 5:09 remaining first half, we're going to step away for 30 seconds. You're watching Junction City football on the DSN. (14-12) our new score. Junction City scoring on a 21-yard run by A.J. Ivory. And the Dragons getting set to kick it off. Put that defense back out there and hopefully shut the Badgers down and get the ball one more time before the half. The Dragons received the opening kickoff, which means Beebe will receive it starting the second half. So you Junction City, you want to stop here and you want the ball back.
Wayne, I got a USW scoreboard report.
All righty.
Clarendon 14, Fordyce 0.
And you heard that one, ladies and gentlemen. 14-0 Clarendon over Fordyce. And I believe we saw the, I believe it was the drive time guys heading down when we were on our way up here. We met them. They were heading to Fordyce. Pretty sure that's where the game is at tonight. Norman ready to kick it off, puts his foot into it. Ball takes a wild bounce. Dragons going after it. They got the ball. Junction City with the ball. And the Dragons will go to work from the, let's see, waiting on the chain gang here, waiting on the official. The official sets it down at the 38-yard line of Beebe. 1st and 10 Dragons, what we just talked about, shut them down, get the ball back. Well, why don't we just do a little onside kick here ourselves and grab that ball? And they did. Johnson ready to go to work. He's got Williams in the backfield. 1st and 10. The give to Williams, and he's got running room, goes over the 30. Is very close if he does not have a Junction City first down. They're going to mark it down at the 29, a gain of 9, 2nd and 1 for the Dragons. 4:45 remaining till the half.
Number 34, Chris Benson. Gain of 9 on the play. 2nd and 1, Dragons. Ball at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 1. Johnson. Williams straight ahead, should be a first down, good enough for one, I believe. And, yep, move the chains down.
Williams, the ball carrier. Tackle by number 53, Evan Williams.
For Beebe on the tackle, Evan Williams.
That is enough for a first down. 1st and 10, Dragons.
So the Dragons from the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, fake. That is fake to Williams. I thought Williams had it, and I realized no, Johnson got it. Good little move. Johnson kind of a little delayed, held it to the last second, then tucked it in and goes over the 25 to about the 24-yard line.
4-yard gain.
It'll be 2nd and 6 as Johnson picks up 4. Clock hits the 3:40 mark here in the second quarter. Dragons trying to put another score on there, take the lead for the first time tonight. They trail it at the moment 14-12. Johnson gives to Ivory. Ivory just running over people. Ivory still going, flags fly. Hold everything up. Let's see what we got. Great run by Ivory. It may be all for naught, though, as flag came in from the side judge on the Dragon side of the field. And they're going to bring it back. Wait for the call. False start on the Dragons. While ago on the recovery, we got a timeout. I'll tell you what, I'll finish up when we get back. We're going to step away for 60 seconds. We'll be back. .3:14 remaining till the half. It is going to be 2nd and 11 for the Dragons from their Beebe 29. Ivory with the call. Ivory will charge ahead, go over the 25 down to about the 21, 22 yard line. Let's see where they put it down at. And official says his knee went down at the 23, but a good run by Ivory. They faced a 2nd and 11. It is now 3rd and let's call it 5. So a pickup of 6 by Ivory following the penalty that put the Dragons back at the 29. They had the ball down at the BB 10. But you know good and well, ladies and gentlemen, this is 4-down territory. 2:35 remaining till the half. Johnson. And we got a jump. That should be a first down for Junction City. And it is against the Badgers. A little eager there.
5-yard penalty gives the Dragons a first down.
So that will put the ball on the 18-yard line. The Dragons are inside the purple zone, 1st and 10.
Wayne, I got another USW school board report.
All right.
Cross at 8, Warren 21.
Lumberjacks, Bo Hembry and company up 21-8 over Crossit. Thank you, Mr. Ashcraft. Big game right there, both teams. Johnson will throw. He's got Allen. Allen has it down to about the, let's see where they put her down at, about the 10, I believe. They're going to put it on the 11, and that should be a gain of about 7. And let's call it, yeah, about 3 yards what they need for the first down here. 2:22 remaining. This will be, and the ball is fumbled. Not sure what happened, but that's going to hurt. Junction City on their way to possibly scoring, and they put the ball on the ground. I don't know if Johnson was trying to give it to Ivory or if he just flat out dropped it. Not sure. Next thing I saw was him going after the ball and a Badger covering it up. And that's got to hurt because they had a good thing going there. And Beebe will take over. Let's see. They're going to put it down at the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. With 2:18 remaining. So Junction City defense on the field need to stop right here big time as we get near the half. Grant with the snap, acts like he's going to pass, keeps it to run, got running room, big gain over the 30 to about the 32-yard line, maybe the 31.
Number 12, Zach Grant, the ball carrier. Tackle made number 65, Brian Estrada.
Estrada on the tackle.
For a Beebe Badger first down.
Beebe now at the 31-yard line. Clock closes in on the 2-minute mark. Grant fakes a handoff, rolls out, got a little bit of pressure on him, throws downfield, got a man wide open, and he is going to score. And just like that, Junction City, from a chance to take the lead, gives up another touchdown with 1:47 remaining in the first half. It is now 20-12, Beebe.
Completion makes the score.
And Beebe lines up in the old swinging gate. Now they not sure what they're going to try to do. They're going to say, yes, he got it. He caught it. And the 2-point conversion is good. They line up in the old swinging gate. I thought, of course, I'm at the far side here looking over, but it looked like he was heading out of bounds. But they said, he had his feet in. The 2 points is good. It is now 22-12. Beebe. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. We'll be back here on the DSN. $147 remaining till the half. Beebe scoring on about a 69-yard pass play and converting the 2 points. They now lead it by 10, 22-12. Junction City driving, was inside the 15, a fumble. And then it took the Badgers, I believe, 3 plays, and they were on the board.
I got a USW scoreboard report. Clarendon 20, Fordyce 0.
Whoa. Dan, I think it might be safe to say a message is possibly being sent as we see a high squib kick. Not sure. Beebe recovers it. Junction City, the ball, was up high. And I don't believe anyone went for it. We have a dragging down, limping, and now he's up and moving under his own power, and that's good to see, but he is limping. I believe that, well, I'm not going to say who it is till I see him. That's Estrada, 65. He's going to check out. But nobody from Junction City. The ball just, they actually give Beebe credit. They put it in a good spot, and nobody responded to it. Now Junction City on their heels. The defense is on the field. With 1:44 remaining, Coach Smith wanting a clarification on something. And let's see, I imagine he's asking about being able to go after the ball. In other words, not impeding the possible return man, but whatever, it's all settled. And now the Dragon defense needs to make a stop. Junction City's going to call a timeout. We're going to take it with them. Back in 30 seconds on the DSN.
Wayne, I got another USW scoreboard report. Bryant 14, Fort Smith Northside 14.
Interesting score right there in Class 7A. A lot of people think Bryant's going to be the team to have to deal with. They lost last week to a very good, a lot of people say very good Longview team. And then I believe forgot which game. Well, they had one game that kind of surprised people. It was pretty close. And now they're battling Fort Smith. You said that was Northside, so 14-14. And then Clarendon and Fordyce, last update we had there, 20-0 the Lions. Right here in Beebe, it's 22-12 Badgers. They had the ball following recovering the pooch kick. And they're at the Dragon 35. Junction City needs a stop here. They go with a little bit of the flea flicker. Throws a man wide open. And he's in. Wide open. And just like that, the Badgers go up 2 scores on the Dragons now. Or 2 touchdowns, I should say. 28-12. Pending the extra point or the 2-point conversion. Let's see what they try here. And that's got to hurt. 135 till the half. Beebe gets the ball to start the second half. And Beebe will try the extra point here. Rodriguez. Ball's down. Kick is no good. Looked like a little bit of a problem with the hold. But nonetheless, with 1:35 remaining till the half, Beebe 28, Junction City 12. And Coach Smith talking to the troops there, trying to get some things straightened out. That's what's hurting the Dragons is they just, the secondary, letting some people get open. Most of the plays, most of Beebe's drives have not been long drives or nothing. They've just been short drives with big plays in there. A 95-yarder to start things off, and then later on a 69-yard touchdown pass. It's not like they're just shoving the ball down Junction City's throat. They're not. It's just they're hitting them with passes, and the Dragons having trouble covering. On the other side of it, Junction City has moved the ball. And not that long ago, they were only down 14-12 with a chance to take the lead. After that turnover, Beebe struck with the 69-yarder, then recovering the kick. And that one, I believe, was 35 yards for the score. So you add up the yardage off of 3 plays, it's 199 yards and 22 points. And some of you Dragon fans I know are thinking, man, that sounds like Harmony Grove at the start of the season, and it does. The Junction City, and it looks like, again, they're going to, they're going to do the squib kick again. And this time Junction City will cover it at the 42-yard line. Miller with the fair catch at the 42. So great field position, Junction City. Dragons show 2 timeouts on the board, 1:35. You would love to see them get a score here. Cut into that lead. Come out second half, shut Beebe down on that opening possession and get another score and get right back in the middle of this. There's the prescription. Let's see if we can take it. Dragons put Twins in motion. They're going to feed Williams. He has trouble with the ball, and I believe it is Beebe's ball. That's not good to see. Williams never got his hands on it good and put it on the ground. That'll put the ball down at the 30. Let's see what they mark it. 38-yard line. 38-yard line of Junction City. 1:30 to go till the half. And Beebe again is going to go, started like they're going to go to there. Now they're trying to run the reverse. It does not work. It will be a loss of about 6 on it. 6 yards. They'll put it back at the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 16. Grant back. He's feeling a little bit of pressure, and he will be swarmed down, excuse me, at the 45-yard line of Beebe. That should be a loss of about 12. Let's say 5, 10, 11, 11-yard loss. The official says no, initially he was brought down at the 47. Nonetheless, it is third down.
Third and 25 for the Badgers. Ball at the 47.
And they need 25 yards for a first down. Junction City just trying to get to the locker room. And again, here's a quick pass. And it is fourth down. The pass is caught, but there is no gain on it. Grant was looking to his right, but pressure was coming. He checked over to his left, let the ball go. And that will do it. They're going to let the clock run out. It is halftime. 1 half is in the book. Our score, Beebe 28, Junction City 12. We'll be back in 2 minutes on the Dragon Sports Network. Halftime in Beebe, Arkansas. Junction City trails 28-12. And I think the first half could be summed up by big plays by the Badgers and the Dragons at times being their own worst enemy. But right now, let's do a little top 10 checking here. 42 sports, top 10s. And let's start with 4A. Allen Russell and Company ranking the 4A. Shiloh Christian number 1. Joe T. Robertson, followed by Stuttgart, Lone Oak, Crossit, number 5. Ashdown 6, Warren 7. And I believe Warren and Crossit going at it. And on the 40, excuse me, not 42, the USW scoreboard, it didn't mention a while ago, Warren winning that with 21-8. Then you got Arkadelphia, Perry Grove, and Nashville, rounding out the top 10 in 4A. In 3A, Prescott, top dog in 3A, followed by Harding Academy, McGee, Boonville, Osceola, Charleston, Cedarville, Hoxie, Paris, and Centerpoint, your top 10 in 3A. In 2A, and this is very interesting here, Bigelow, number 1. Wow. Fordyce, number 2, McCory, number 3, Clarendon, number 4. Of course, you got the big shootout tonight between Clarendon and Fordyce, number 2 and number 4 in the 42 top 10 in 2A. Clarendon winning that one at the moment 20-0. Des Arc, Hazen. Junction City comes in at number 7, followed by Gurdon, Poyen, and Mount Ida. That is your top 10 in Class 4, 3, and 2A 42 sports. I'm looking at that Bigelow, and Alan talked to us last week about Bigelow, mentioning, he was really impressed with what he was seeing out of him. But I think you got to go with that team from Dallas County till proven otherwise. Now, Clarendon may take care of that tonight, but Clarendon, a lot of people wanted to write them off after their quarterback went down with an injury. But, folks, if you hadn't seen Quincy McAdoo play, you might want to check him out. 2 words, real deal. Offered by Florida State, I believe Miami, Arkansas, bunch. I mean, he's got 25, 30 major college offers already. Had them last year. And I'm sure the number is going up. We saw McCory play last season. They got everybody back. They lost one game, a tough one, but they did come back and beat Desart, and they're getting ready. Of course, everybody's getting ready to go into conference play next week. You got to look at McCory and those 3 I just mentioned, Fordyce, McCory, Clarendon. You got to keep an eye on them. After that, Desart, Hazen, Junction City, Gurdon, Poyen, and Mount Ida. That's the top 10 in 2A. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. When we come back, the stat crew's been hard at it. I'm probably stretching that out a little bit, but we're going to throw some numbers at you in about 30 seconds here on the DSN. The Beebe Badger Band taking the field, get ready to perform. I don't believe Junction City, I looked over here a while ago to check on them. I don't believe they're going to perform tonight. But Beebe getting ready to put on a little halftime show. And while they're doing that, let's look over the stats. Stat crew been hard at it. And here's what we got. Plays, Junction City. And folks, I talked about a while ago, big plays. Listen to this number to start off with. 36 offensive plays by the Dragons, 16 by Beebe. And I'm pretty sure the stat boys were on top of it. 16 plays. Junction City's offensive yards, 146, 245 for Beebe. Now, if you remember earlier, I mentioned 3 plays and 199 yards. That means the other 13 plays netted, according to my Miss Stell Waller, 5th grade math, 46 yards. It's been big plays that has hurt the Dragons along with turnovers. Time of possession, 15 minutes, 37 seconds for Junction City, 6:48 for the Badgers. Rush attempts, yards, 28 rushing attempts for Junction City, 116 yards, 7 for 24 for the Badgers, 7 rushes, 24 yards. Here's where the damage was done. Junction City attempted 8 passes, completed 3, passing yards for a total of 30. Beebe attempted 9, completed 8 for 221. And you heard that right, 221. TD to interceptions, 1 touchdown pass for the Dragons, 3 for Beebe, no interceptions. Turnovers, turnovers and losses, 2 for 2 on the Dragons. They had 2 fumbles. Lost both of them, the same for Beebe. First downs, 11 for Junction City, 6 for Beebe. Junction City got 6 of them by rush, 2 by pass, 3 by penalty. Beebe, their 6 first downs, 2 by rush, 3 by pass, 1 by penalty. Third down efficiency, Junction City was converted 3 out of 9 third downs. That's 33.3%. 0 conversions by Beebe. Penalties, 3 for 25 on the Dragons, 7 for 60 on the Badgers. let's see. Punt average. Junction City punted 4 times, 16.3 yards. Beebe punted 1 time for 45 yards. Now, if I'm correct, Christopher Norman only did one of the punts. He had a 49-yarder. So to make sure, yeah, he had a 49-yarder. Now, our leaders at the half, Grant for Beebe, 186 yards passing. He's 7 of 8. He has 2 touchdown passes. Leading rusher for the Badgers is number 7. That's Crafton. He has 2 carries for 17 yards. Leading receiver with 4 receptions for 116 yards and a touchdown is Karanko. For Junction City, Johnson, 3 of 8 passing, 30 yards. He has a touchdown. Jordavian Williams, 18 carries for 75 yards. Leading receiver for the Dragons, number 8, Christopher Miller. He has 1 reception for 14 yards. That is your halftime stats. And shout out to the boys up here. Mr. Tommy Bryant, who claims he can still tote the ball with the best of them. We doubt that. The Rev, and Mr. Brandon Cubb, who's joined us this year. And is your stat crew up here. I know we kind of been in reputation stuff, but hey, we take what we can get. When we come back, we're going to get Mr. Denton Ashcraft to tell us some scores, what's going on around the state. You're watching Junction City football on the Dragon Sports Network. The halftime clock showing about 8 minutes remaining till we start the second half. And Mr. Ashcraft is looking at the scoreboard here, the USW scoreboard. Throw some scores at us, Big Dog.
All right, we got Bryant, 21. Fort Smith, Northside, 17. El Dorado, 0. Jonesboro, 7. Bentonville's taking it to Russellville, 21-0. And then let's see here. Pulaski Academy's handling it with Watson Chapel, 43-0. Looks like a good game. Camden Fairview, 13. Hot Springs Lakeside, 14.
Whoa, interesting.
I've heard some good stuff about Greenbrier. Looks like they're handling Morrilton tonight, 35-7. Stuttgart 7, Batesville Southside 6. That's at halftime. Let's see here, Arkadelphia 28, Nashville 0. Malvern 13, Bauxite 6. Monticello 0, Star City 7. And that Warren Crossit game is 21-8. Scrolling down here, Lake Village is handling Smackover pretty good, 21-0.
Wow.
McCroy's 8, Mark Tree is 0.
What quarter is that?
It's showing quarter 2. It's
All
probably
right.
halftime by now.
Yeah, closing in on halftime. I believe that's where Allen and them is at this week.
Okay. Rising would be 28 against Barton, 12. That is at Rising. And it is still showing Clarendon 20, Fordyce 0 in quarter 2, which is probably pretty close to halftime right now is what I would say. So Mount Ida 20, Mineral Springs 0. And I believe that would be, unless you can think of somebody else, that's all that I have right now.
All right, I have one update for you. I just got a message sent to me. The Cats are now up on Jonesboro 14-7. That is at the half. Okay. So, interesting game up there in Jonesboro.
I've got an interest one here, which, you know, I'm being the 6A guy that I always follow.
Well, let's hear it.
I didn't know last night Greenwood got beat. That's 2, I believe, this season by Little Rock Parkview, 28-48. It's played last night. So, interesting for 6A.
Yes, that's well, I mean, that's the team. Usually when you go by classification, hey, who's going to be tough in 2, 3, 4? You know, you get to 6 and everybody goes Greenwood.
That's right.
Which you should. I mean, they're that good, but they got beat by 20 last night, Parkview. That is very interesting. But next week is when it all, well, I'd say for all that, maybe some of them may have started conference this week, and I believe El Dorado is in conference, but for like AA, 3A, conferences start next week. And that's when you really get down and dirty. You take all the numbers, throw them out, and say, okay, this is what will settle everything, you know. What you do from here on out. October is the month to set up November. Best way to put it. Like I said a while ago, El Dorado up 14-7. Clarendon 20, Fordyce nothing. That is still if anybody knows the score there or something can shoot it to us, please do. We'll put it out there. And if you want your name mentioned with this outfit, we may throw your name in there. Like we're going to do Mark Allen Wilson for giving us that score on El Dorado. Appreciate it, brother. We're going to step away again for 1 minute. When we come back, get ready for the second half between Beebe and Junction City here on the DSN. We got about 3 minutes till the start of the second half. And, folks, I got to tell you, boy, I had a flashback to back in the day, Denton. I got to listen. I said, is that the Ohio players they're playing over there Fire? And they were. I started to get up, show some of the old 1982 moves, but I didn't want people laughing at me, so I'm going to let that go and leave it alone. Beebe 28, Junction City 12. We're getting ready to start the second half. Still a little bit to go. Neither team back on the field yet, but real quick. You heard the halftime stats. The plays tell you really the story. 36 by Junction City, 16 by Beebe. You take away, and I know you hear this said often in a ball game, but just throw it out there for what it's worth. Every play matters, so to speak. 3 plays by the Badgers is the true difference in this game. They went for 199 yards and 22 of their 28 points. You take that away, and you're left with the turnover in the end zone they scored off of, and it's a whole different ball game. Junction City had a chance, down 14-12, driving
late in the second half. A fumble inside the purple zone, in fact, inside the 15-yard line. And Beebe from there went on the move and scored. After that, they scored again, and then finally it was halftime. The Dragons got a lot they got to work on, people talk about and everything. But, you have to just deal with what you got. And right now they got a few problems. Junction's got a few problems to work out. But if you look at this team from the last 2 weeks, let's say from last week to halftime of the night, you see still a lot of potential. They're not a team of the past. A lot of people tell me, hey, man, what's wrong with Junction City? They seem like they're down. Well, a lot of Dragon fans are used to the teams we had in 08, 09, 03, the 99 team. Then you look at the 12, 13, and 14. You're looking at about 7 or 8 teams that could have competed with anybody in the state. And, sooner or later you're going to start running out of what you need to compete with everybody in the state. But this team right here has shown some potential. Talking with the crew before the game, Brennan and I talked about it up here with Denton on the way up. This team has the potential to make a run. The number one problem they got, and let's just put it out there, Smith said this at the start of the season, folks, the number one problem they got is keeping people healthy. There's not a lot of them. Hey, I said something to Smith one time about you got 25, 27 guys. Yeah, I do, but I only put 11 at a time on the field. And that's like tonight. I'm not going to sit here and go, well, Beebe's got all these players. You put 11 on the field, you play with what you got. Now, does having that extra players make a difference late in the game? Possibly. It depends. But right now, you go back to what I said. You take away 3 plays, it's a different game. The Dragons last week, you take away a couple plays there where they slipped up, made mistakes, didn't follow assignment, or missed a block, or committed a penalty that – all penalties are unnecessary, but you're going to have sometimes you go, why did that happen? And a touchdown gets taken away with a chance to take the lead. So you got stuff like that happens, but you don't just say, well, okay, we're done for the season, forget it. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. 2 weeks from tonight, it's on like a Chickadilly chicken bone in Dallas County. You need to be there. You need to support these guys. Hopefully they're going to come out this second half. They're going to play like they're capable of playing, and they're going to make a game out of this. And we shall see. Right now, I'm going to step away for 60 more seconds. I'm through preaching. And we'll be back with Junction City football here on the Dragon Sports Network. Showing about a little over a minute left on the clock to start the second half. Junction City in the north end zone getting ready. And Beebe is already on the sideline. They will receive the ball to start the second half. Junction City receiving the opening kickoff. And the Dragons huddled up doing a little bit of talking there. Coach Smith standing near the 50. I'm sure he had plenty to say at halftime. And I'm not saying like, oh, he went in there and ripped. Not that. He went in there and just laid it out to him. If you know Brad Smith, you know he's not going to beat around the bush. He's going to come straight to the point and tell you what you need to do or what you know to do, and you need to step up and do it. And the officials huddled up now. They're getting ready to get everything going. Mentioned it several times. I say it again. It is a beautiful night. Fall is here, ladies and gentlemen. And if you can't get worked up on a night like this, beautiful night for football here in Central Arkansas. And again, let me say this to the Beebe School. This is a beautiful facility. Well done, folks. I mean, I love what I'm seeing. And they got a good crowd here tonight. Got quite a bit on the sideline over there. Junction City, let me turn around here and catch Brendan Cup. Who won the bet? How many people would make it? And the Rev is the winner of how many folks here. Rev said we will have a bunch of people here tonight, and he got it right. He said over 50. We wasn't sure how many could make the trip up here. 7 o'clock kickoff and stuff. A little 2.5-hour run, but a good crowd here. And they're wanting to see these Dragons make a comeback here as Christopher Norman gets the ball. Going to tee it up on the 40 and start this second half. Beebe 28, Junction City 12. Dragons will put the defense out first, and hopefully they can take care of business and get the ball back and get that offense rolling. Jardavian Williams, 18 rushes for 75 yards, a good performance. And the ball, as Williams blasted through the Badgers, goes out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds. There is a flag on the field.
And that is, you heard the PA announcer talking about the flag. That is what it's for. And Beebe will go to work from the 35, 1st and 10. Scoreboard shows the timeouts at 1 and 2. In other words, 1 for the Badgers, 2 for the Dragons. Of course, they reset it, 3 for each. Junction City, one thing I wanted to mention, folks, also working through some injuries. By the time they make the trip to Dallas County, hopefully we will have everybody back. One player, Smith, is concerned whether we will have him or not. Got some tests will be done, I believe he said this week, and they'll find out for sure. But hopefully we can have everybody back and everybody healthy. 1st and 10 for Beebe from the 35. Grant's back. He's got pressure coming. He's going to let it go. Then it's going to be dropped. The defender never looked back to the last second. Got to check on that ball. And that was key. He had good coverage. The receiver had gotten ahead of a little bit, but Key had caught up. But if he looks back, he may be making a play for an interception, which is easy for me to say sitting up here. We're on the visitor side. They offered us the box, but, hey, we're AA, folks. We got to get in stands. 2nd down. Here's a give right up the middle. Good running room. First time you've seen that run tonight, and I believe that is the first carry. That's Smith that was ball carrier. I take it back, maybe his 2nd rush attempt of the night. He picked up 8. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Grant's going to keep it at 7. They are hitting the middle. They saw the film from Haynesville, no doubt. And that is a 1st down at the Junction City 45.
12-yard gain. That is enough for a Beebe Badger. 1st down.
So they'll back the ball up 1 yard. They'll put it on the 46, 1st and 10 for the Badgers. And Junction City, they got the Dragons at the moment on their heels. Junction showing like they're going to blitz. Then they back off. Here's again a carry to give to Smith. And he is going to pick up about 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd and 4. I'll call it 2nd and 5 as we hit the 11-minute mark. We're 1 minute into the 3rd quarter. And Junction City, like I said, Beebe looked at the Haynesville game film and said, if we need to, it may be there. And right now it is. Dragons have got to shut down that middle. And here's a give again to Smith. Beebe will keep it on the ground, another 1st down. That'll put the ball at the Dragon 35.
Wayne, I got a USW scoreboard report.
Oh, right.
Clarendon 26, Fordyce 0, and it's showing halftime.
Wow. Now that is one game I've been wanting to keep an eye on. Thank you, Denton. 26-0 at the half. The Lions over the Redbugs. Here is a little flip. Now they're going to flip it back. Grant's looking deep, lets it fly. Got a man open. And touchdown Badgers just like that. That was a 30. Let's see. Hold on. Let me. Because that was first down play. 35-yard touchdown pass. 4 plays, 234 yards. The Beebe offense tonight, just off of 4 touchdowns. They now lead at 34-12. Pending the extra point here, Rodriguez will attempt it. Snaps down. Kick is up. And it is 35-12. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. Your new score, Beebe 35, Junction City 12. You're watching Dragon Football, the DSN. Ten minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Or I should say a minute and a half into the third quarter. Beebe leads it now 35-12. And the Dragons, once again, secondary gets torched for 35 yards and a score. Rodriguez teeing it up for the Badgers. And again, they are showing onside kick. And this time they'll kick it, a little cross kick deep. Dragons will make an attempt to return it. And not much is happening on the return. So from the Key was the returner. He might have picked up a little bit. They were on him real quick. Go put it down at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. Let's see if Junction City can get something going on the offense. Johnson has Williams in the backfield. And they'll start with Williams. Williams immediately, he is facing defenders as the second he touches the ball. 2nd down. In fact, he will lose a yard.
Ball carrier. Loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. Ball at the 27-yard line.
Johnson getting the play from Miller. And then he said something. He leaned into his offensive line saying something. Now they check the sideline. Reposition Williams. Here's a snap. Johnson back. Got a little bit of time. He's going to let it fly, and it is caught. Great job by Miller to adjust to the pass. And they're going to put it at the 46-yard line. That is a pickup of 26 yards.
Ball at the 46-yard line.
So, good throw by Johnson. And give Miller credit. He checked back for the ball, readjusted, and gave the Dragons a fresh set of downs at the Badger 46. They'll feed Williams again. He goes through hard. He will go to about the 42.
Tackle made by number 34, Chris Benton. 3-yard gain. It will be
They're going to mark it down to 43. I thought he was closer to the 41, but nonetheless, 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. We go under 9 minutes here in the third quarter. Junction City trying to answer the previous score by the Badgers. Johnson will keep it. He's got defenders. Best thing he can do is go down. The second he tried to make a move, he has about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on him immediately.
Loss of 1 on the play. It will be 3rd and 8. Ball at the 44-yard line.
And you need the Dragon offensive line to buy them some time, just a little bit. It's 3rd and 9. Junction City, might as well say 4-down territory. Johnson fakes, looking, got pressure, runs, but he is hit. Ball comes out, and it's recovered by the Badgers.
There's a fumble on the play, recovered by number 53, Evan Williams. Badgers will take over.
Junction City, that will be the third turnover of the night.
The 43-yard line.
And I'm not sure what happened. He got hit, the ball come out, but nobody, of course, the Dragons, there was no one in the area to go after the ball other than Johnson, and I think he got popped. I don't know if he didn't realize where the ball went or what, but nonetheless, Beebe takes over, and you need the Dragon defense to make a stop here with 7:45 remaining third quarter. Here's a give, and it's right into the middle. Again, the ball on the ground. Junction City's got it back. And a flag comes in. And I've got a feeling that should be unsportsmanlike conduct or unnecessary roughness. Take your pick on the Badgers. It is Junction City's ball. Wait, the flag is down. It's Junction City ball for sure. They've signaled that. 38-yard line is where the ball is at the moment. They're calling a personal foul, and they should. I saw the play. And
First and 10, Junction City. Ball at the 24-yard line.
the player that went after, I shouldn't say it like that, the player that committed it was not going after the ball. It was obvious. 23-yard line of Beebe is where the ball is placed. So Junction City with new life takes over, 1st and 10. Johnson fakes, keeps, cuts it off left tackle, will go to about the 21. It'll be a pickup.
Johnson, the ball carrier. Tackle made by several Badgers, including number 34, Chris Benton.
They're going to put it at the 21-yard line. Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7.
3 on the play. It will be 2nd and 7. Ball at the 21-yard line.
Dragons with a golden opportunity here. They sit just a yard away from the purple zone. Johnson back, looks, throws, caught, dropped. That was Miller. He was trying to make kind of a slide and catch a little bit behind him. So coaches say, hey, you got your hands on, you got to pull it in. Of course, it's hard to do. So it brings up 3rd down and 7. And no doubt about it, Dragons are in 4-down territory. Smith brings in the play. Allen splits to the top. Smith goes to the bottom. Now Hudson joins them along with Williams. Ivory in the backfield with Johnson. They're going to give to Ivory. And what he gets on his own. There's no doubt about it. And Ivory is down. And we got a official timeout. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. We'll be back. It is 4th and 4 for the Dragons. 6:39 remaining third quarter. Junction City needing a score here. First things first, they need a 1st down. Johnson's got it. Pressure coming. He'll let it fly. Trying to go to Allen. And it is incomplete. And another opportunity goes to the wayside.
Turn it over on downs. Badgers will take over. First and 10.
Junction City, again, moving from about inside their 30 all the way to the, well, they turned it over, then got the ball right back next play. They end up at the Badger 19, 18-yard line, not sure, and turn it over on downs. So now defense will come back on the field. All you do, line up and go after them again and try to get the ball back. Grant puts a man in motion. And they will give, this is going to be, I believe, Smith flags fly, so hold everything, but he's got a nice gain up to about the 30-yard line. Richardson will pick up about 12, but it's all for naught. They got holding on Beebe, so back it up, and we'll redo first down. 6:23 remaining third quarter. Junction City trailing at 35-12. Dragons, 2 opportunities to score. They come up with 0. One of the Badgers' touchdowns off a bad snap on a 4th down punt. That was recovered in the end zone by Beebe.
Ball at the 8-yard line.
And of course, you can chalk all that up to coulda, woulda, and shoulda. So now they will set the ball on the 9-yard line of Beebe, 1st and 10. Grant passed to the side and got running room as a receiver, and I believe that is going to be
number 1, Logan Stevens.
Yep, Stevens with the reception. He will pick up about 7 on that one, 2nd down.
9-yard gain will be 2nd and 11.
And I said 1st and 10 a while ago. I apologize, folks. I looked at the board and glanced back, and then I realized, no, they're backed up further than that. It was 1st and 20. He picks up 9 there, so it is 2nd and 11. Grant fakes it, keeps, got some running room, and near a 1st down.
Number 12, Zach Grant, the ball carrier. Tackle made by number 40, Hayden Hudson.
And if he doesn't have it, he's close. They're going to hurry up to get on the ball here. Quick snap. Grant's going to keep it. He's got the 1st down. They did not give Just City a good move, but give Beebe credit. They were immediately on the ball. They've been taking their time a little bit. And when they got to that 3rd and about 2, they immediately lined back up and ran a play, which was Grant keeping it. So that'll reset the chains, and it'll put the ball on the 37-yard line of Beebe, 1st and 10. It's the clock. As soon as they start it up now, we'll go under 5 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Grant hands off. This is going to be, I believe, Stevens again. And a nice game. Flags fly. Flags are flying everywhere now.
Tackle made by number 6, Corey DeVos. There are penalty flags on the field.
And let's see what we got going on. A flag came out, and then 2 followed right as soon. Old saying goes, you're going to get the 2nd guy. I believe they got the 1st one and the 2nd one here. Let's just see. Just City coaches are wanting to answer. The officials are huddled up right near the middle of the Beebe 40-yard line talking it over. Now we're fixing to get, I believe we're going to got it on both sides offset.
Personal fouls against both teams. Those penalties offset.
Smith being the official talking to Smith. The ball is placed down.
It will be 1st and 10 for the Badgers. Ball at the 37-yard line.
Yep, they're going to put the ball back on the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. And they did not mention any players were ejected. I think what both coaches were wanting to know, because immediately the Junction City player came out of the game. And then Beebe, I believe, I'm not sure if they took theirs out or not, the guy that got the infraction. 1st and 10. Grant's going to keep it. Heads up the middle, got some running room. And he is – and now we got more. It's getting really chirpy out there. And some cheap shots being taken, and Smith is furious. He slings headphones and everything, and he is heading to the middle of the field. He's pulling Junction City completely off the field. He's wanting the officials to come talk to him. And Brad Smith is not a happy camper. He's wanting the head official to come over now. And Chippy, I said Chirpy a while ago. Chirpy might count too, but I'll go back to Chippy. Nonetheless, Coach Smith was talking to some of his players. Now he's bringing them all to the sideline. Talking to a couple guys, he told them to go back on the field, but settle down. And now they take a couple guys out of the game. They got some substitutions taking place. 4:16 remaining in the third quarter. Dragons trail at 35-12. Brad Smith, not a happy camper. I'll give him a 10 on the headset toss. It's still laying there. So Beebe, 1st and 10 from their 48-yard line. Here's a give, and this is going to be Smith, I believe, on the carry. Hard to tell. Black numbers with white outline, red, or I should say burgundy-type jersey. It's hard to tell. Yes. And he will pick up 4 on that one. 2nd and 6. Clock goes under 4 minutes here in the third quarter. Badgers moving the ball. They're now at the Dragon 48. And Junction City has, I think it's safe to say, I believe they played just about everybody tonight already. Smith made a few substitutions there when things got a little hot. Now flags fly as the play starts. And the Dragons will be flagged for offsides. And that should, it'll either be 2nd and 1 or 1st down. They're going to say 2nd and 1. It's actually even less than a yard. Next week, open date. Junction City will probably be glad to have it. Things to work on, things to look at, how we progress, where we haven't progressed, what we need to do, all those things. And then they'll make the trip to Dallas County. Grant gives straight ahead and give the Dragons. This time Junction City answers some good hard tackling. Smith was the ball carrier, and he was met immediately. Estrada, the first one there on the tackle. They needed less than a yard, and they got it there, but give the Dragons credit. Good hard tackling. And a fresh set of downs for the Badgers. Junction faking like they're coming on a blitz. They hold up. A good run, and Badgers are just going right up the middle. Junction City doing what they can, but right now Beebe's offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage and moving the ball. Official timeout as they got a injured Badger. They'll get him off the field. And hopefully he'll be okay. He came off under his own power, so that's good to see. 2:40 remaining, third quarter. Beebe in control. Grant gives. This is going to be a run to the outside, and a good run as it will go inside the 20 to about the, that is Richardson on the carry. He's going to get to about the 18-yard line, somewhere in that neighborhood. But hold everything. We have another flag down. Holding Beebe. So toss that out. And they'll go from 1st and 10 at the 18 to 2nd and 13 from the 45-yard line.
2nd and 13, Badgers.
Grant waiting on the play. He gets it, sends his team to the line. Put a man in motion. Grant fakes like he's going to outside pass, keeps it, goes into the middle, got running room, is brought down at about the 38-yard line. 7-yard gain. That'll take the clock down to the 1:40 mark of the third quarter.
3rd and 6. Ball at the 38-yard line.
Junction City, as I mentioned earlier, has played just about everybody tonight. Haven't everyone in, have looked, and now we'll jump. Junction Dragons being a little aggressive there. Smith said, I don't mind the aggressiveness, but, you know, we got to be a little bit sharper with, with it. And that time they were in a hurry to get across there. And that'll move it to a 3rd and 1 for Beebe. 3rd and 1 from the Dragon 33. And this will be a little run to the outside. They go up to the top part of the field and enough for a first down and more as the rush will take it over the 25 to about the 22, 23-yard line. First down, Badgers. And another flag I see now on the far side of the field. And hold everything.
Holding the call against the Badgers.
So the Badgers once again are being flagged for holding. And this will put them back. Okay, they put the ball down at the 41-yard line. So it's 39, 1:10 and counting. Third quarter, Beebe on top, 35-12. Junction City's had opportunities, and they went to the wayside. Clock goes under a minute now as they get ready for this play. Grant surveys the defense, gets the snap. He's back, looking. They're setting up a screen. They do. With running room is the receiver, and I cannot tell for sure. Perkins was the receiver, and I believe, yes, he got a first down at the 30 of Junction City. So that'll reset the chains for the Badgers. Beebe overcomes another holding penalty and a fresh set of downs. I'll go ahead and say it, folks. We need a turnover. First and 10. Grant gives. Stretch run. They got some blockers out in front. Flags fly. This will probably bring it back because there's no celebration or nothing. Everybody knows. The third holding penalty in the last 6 plays, I think. Be safe to say 7 plays. Jumbotron shows a touchdown, but hold everything. And we can hear the Beebe. I can hear the Beebe fans over here. And they disagree. And now another flag comes down. Let's see what we got. Sideline warning on the Badgers.
Sideline warning against the Badgers.
The official. Okay, they got everything ready. He goes over to let the Beebe coaches know, let's get it under control here, plus get them back off the field some. So it'll be 1st and 12, and that'll end before they can snap it. That's the end of the third quarter. 3 quarters in the book. Badgers 35, Dragons 12. We're back in 60 seconds on the DSN. We're about set to start the fourth quarter here from Joe Wooten Field in Beebe, Arkansas. And a perfect night for football, except for one thing, the scoreboard. The Dragons trail 35-12 as we start the fourth quarter. Beebe will go to work from the 33 with a 1st and 12. Grant back, looking, throws, man wide open. And he's in the end zone for a touchdown. That will now make it 41-12, Beebe. And Junction City having trouble with the pass tonight. And that's lack of, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than that. 5 pass plays alone, 267 yards, and all touchdowns. Rodriguez for the extra point. A little trouble with the snap. They got the hold down. The ball is through. Your new score with 11:51 remaining in the game, 42-12 Beebe. We're back in 30 seconds on the DSN. Beebe's set, getting ready to kick it off. Badgers taking the field. 11:51 left in the game, and the Badgers are in control, 42-12. And as I mentioned a while ago, 5 pass plays alone total 267 yards and 5 touchdowns. The other touchdown off a bad snap that was recovered by the Badgers in the end zone on a 4th down punt. Junction City had 2 drives going inside the purple zone. Got inside the purple zone. One ended on downs, one ended on a turnover. And they might have had one more. I apologize, I can't remember, but I do remember those 2. Of course, you put that in the coulda, woulda, shoulda category. Right now, they're going to try to get the ball back and do something here. Once again, Beebe does the cross kick. Coach Carpenter made famous. And the Dragons will fair catch it and go to work from the 33, 1st and 10. What you want to see now more than anything else is Dragon offense move the ball and get some points.
Man, I got a USW scoreboard report.
All right.
Poland 6, Mountain View 38, I believe is what it said.
Mountain View
it
over
changed on me right when I was fixing to say it there. It was 36 or 38.
So Mountain View in control. Poland lost quite a few. I say quite a few. They lost some of their key players last year, but not all of them. But that's score a little surprising. If you get a chance, Denton, of course, we want to know what's going on in Dallas County. All right, Ivory with the ball carrier. Plows through, goes to the 45 for a first down.
Number 9, A.J. Ivory, the ball carrier. Tackle made by several Badgers, including number 64, Tyler Russell.
Good run by Ivory.
Yardage for the Dragons.
And that'll give Junction City a first down at the 45. .38 clock running. Junction City looking for a score. Ivory again. He's got some running room. Ivory shoots through, keeps going, goes to the 33-yard line of Beebe. A 22-yard run for Ivory. Another Dragon first down. And pull the chains down and reset them. Dragons break the huddle. Johnson, he has Ivory in the backfield. They send twins to the top. And that'll be on the Dragons, a little eager there. And they're going to say no. Ivory took off before the snap, but they're going to say the Badgers jumped. So, hey, we'll take that gladly. It'll make it 1st and 5. Johnson looking over the defense, checks the twins to the top. He's ready, gives to Ivory. Ivory's met in the back, but just lowers and goes. And if he doesn't have a first down, he is close. He was met in the backfield, but just kept on trucking, kind of turned his back to him and pushed. And let's see where the official puts it down. He got over the 25. And they say, yes, he did. He's down to the 24. It's going to be a 2nd and 1. So a 4-yard gain for Ivory. And again, the Dragons, they put one at the bottom, twins to the top. Johnson gives Ivory. They're trying to take 1, 2, 3, 4 and bring him down. He's got a first down. They'll put it at about the 21-yard line. Dragons trying to get some more points here. Make it look a little more respectable. Again, Ivory the lone back in the backfield. Johnson this time fakes it, keeps, spins, goes to the 15, around the 15-yard line. They're going to say forward progress to the 16. That ought to be about a 4-yard pickup. So it'll be 2nd and 6. Johnson snap gives to Ivory. Ivory stumbles but goes inside the 15 to about the 13. And Ivory is down. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. We'll be back. .8:45 remaining as Junction City will take this play here. This is Jamal Johnson, and he'll drive it to the 5.
Number 3, Jamal Johnson, the ball carrier. Tackle made for the
Got a final score dent for our USW scoreboard. Lakeside Beavers 40, Smack over nothing.
first and goal.
That is a final. I want to thank Mr. Derek Goodwin for sending that one to us. Here it is 42-12, Beebe. And the Dragon fans that are watching and the ones here in the stands will tell you, as I said it a couple times already, coulda, wouldas, and shouldas. But hopefully you can learn from it and build. Junction City with a first and goal. Johnson fumbles, picks it up, drives straight ahead, will go to about the 5, maybe the 4-yard line, depending on the spot, as the clock hits the 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Next week we're off, and then the big game in Dallas County. And let's just go ahead and say it. Everybody knows it will settle the 8AA conference right off the get-go. And the last we got was, what was it, Denton halftime, 26-zip, Clarendon over Fordyce. That was off our USW scoreboard. Johnson gives. This is going to be Ivory in the middle, couple more yards. It will bring up third down. Last score we had on the USW scoreboard, El Dorado 14, Jonesboro 7. I believe that was at the half. It is now 20-14. Is that El Dorado on top still? Okay. El Dorado now leading here in the second half, 20-14. Or I said here, excuse me, there. And they're not far from us. They're up at Jonesboro. We're here in Beebe where the Badgers are in control. The Dragons trying to put some more points on the board. Third and goal. Johnson. He's going to keep, spins, and that play, you could tell it had trouble developing. You'd kind of wish he just took off with it. He's got the speed to do it. And it'll bring up a fourth and goal. He picked up about a yard on that one.
Play, it will be 4th and goal. Ball at the 4-yard line.
And now we got an update on the USW scoreboard. It's 21-20, Jonesboro over El Dorado. And that was from Mr. Mark Wilson. Thank you. Fourth and goal for the Dragons. They got twins to the bottom. Johnson fumbles, picks it up, throws. And they're going to say incomplete. So for the third time tonight, the Dragons get in the purple zone and come away with nothing. 3 trips in the purple zone, nothing to show for it for Junction City, and that has to hurt, no doubt about it. I'll go ahead and alert our viewers. There will be no post-game show. We'll wrap it up at the end, call it a night, and we'll head home. For Dragon fans, you hanging on the positives. The positive is this: a lot of players, and I say a lot, we don't have that many to start with, but everybody's playing it. For the most part, you see a lot of them competing hard. You just build off of that and hope for the best. And with 2 weeks off, you hope. And now got a guy breaking the sideline for Beebe. Ryan Allen, and I can't tell who, get the other ones up, hustled. That is Hudson, I believe, hustled down to knock him out of bounds. Flags are down, though. And that should, yep, it's coming back. So as I was saying, you look at what the positives and you look at what the Dragons have done. They had opportunities tonight. You look at the score and you go, man, they just got stomped. No. You let some plays get away from you. You had opportunities. And kind of the same thing with Haynesville last week in terms of Junction City had opportunities. Penalties hurt them. Turnover, costly turnover hurt them. And Smith, he did mention in the coaches show, he said you're going to have it every game, but, officiating really hurt. And now Let's see what we got going. They're going to say it was, I'm not sure what the chain gang had went back down to the other end. Now they're coming back to this end. And Smith's wanting he's asking one of the players what happened. Okay. They're calling it a spot foul. They're going to bring it. They're going to mark it off from where it occurred, I guess. And that's what they did. So now they'll bring it back. Now the chain gang will back up and set up at the 44 Junction City store. So instead of inside the 15, down around I say inside the 20, they're going to be back at the 44. 5:45 remaining in the game. 1st and 10, Beebe. You look at the positives. A lot of guys are playing that they were going to have in backup roles, but they're out there competing, and they're getting the experience. And some of them are really showing what they can do. Take Williams, for instance. He was not slated to start in the backfield this year. He'd get a few carries here and there. He's become the primary back for the Dragons. And now another run in the middle, and Junction's been being just eat alive in the middle tonight, kind of like they were with Haynesville. But Williams gets his chance to shine, and he shows what he can do. So that's something you look at as a positive. The problem is right now, Junction City got to get the defense fixed. They've got to shut down. And keep in mind, too, size-wise and experience-wise, a couple of their opponents have had the edge on them on that as far as on line play. But when you get into conference starting in 2 weeks, you've got to be able to have that under control. And I believe Coach Smith and company will have that under control when we head to Dallas County. Right now it's a 1st and 10. The ball sits outside the 10-yard line of Junction City. And again, Badgers trying to hit the middle. Flags fly. The ball carrier ends up kind of cutting it off tackle to the outside. He'll pick up a couple, but a flag comes flying in. That'll stop the clock with 4:51 remaining.
Holding the call against the Badgers.
And Beebe will be hit with a holding call. So that'll back them up. And then I got a scoreboard update. 5 minutes remaining in the game. Jonesboro 24, El Dorado 20. USW scoreboard update. Good friend, Mr. Mark Wilson. I appreciate it, brother. And again, another run, and they hit the middle again. And now flags fly. Let's see what we got. Ball carrier got inside the 2.
Face mask against the Dragons.
And the Dragons are called for a face mask.
Half the distance to the goal.
Marks it half the distance to the goal line. And Beebe with a 1st and goal. Clock running, 4:17 remaining. Straight ahead and nothing doing there. Dragons, Richardson with the ball carrier. Estrada bringing him down at the line of scrimmage. So to make it 2nd and goal, 3:40 remaining in the game. And Junction City with a late substitution trying to, they will get them in. And they're trying to get a player that's hurt off, and they do. Got a guy limping. And that'll be a touchdown for Beebe. Richardson will coast in. .313 remaining in the game. It's now 48-12. Pending the extra point. And this will be a first for the school. This is first time we've had 2 mercy rules, same season. As we are at that now.
Rodriguez extra point is good. 3:13 remaining.
And the fireworks going off here at Beebe. It's 49-12 now, Beebe. We are going to step away for 30 seconds. We'll be right back, folks. .313 remaining in the game. Beebe will go to 1-3. And for the first time since 1997, the Dragons will leave the month of September with a losing record. 24 years. Last time that happened, September 1997. And of course, first time in school history, Mercy ruled twice in the same season. We are off next week. Come back October the 8th, I believe. Plenty of time to fix some stuff, heal some people, and be ready for the showdown in Dallas County. And this is they kick it off. Good kick. Flags fly, offsides on the Badgers. So they'll back them up 5 and re-kick it. And about set now, waiting on officials and Mr. Rodriguez. They get set. They'll put it at the 35. Williams and Johnson back deep. And they'll hit it again. Ball is fumbled. And officials blow it, so they'll start at the, I believe, the 35. And that was Washington back there. I think I said Johnson. I apologize. They put him in for the return. Trying to give everybody a little bit more action. They place the ball at the 20. 3:11 left. See the Dragons can do a little something here. Junction City making several substitutions here, trying to rotate people around. Give everybody a little bit of playing time there. They're going to send twins to the top. Put one at the bottom. And Johnson will feed it off to Washington. Washington with some running room. But he's not going to get much. And it'll be second down.
Number 13, Kayshawn Washington, the ball carrier. Tackle made by number 8, Hayden Mitchell.
Sets up a 2nd and 7 for Junction City. Jamal Johnson going the distance at quarterback tonight. And this will be Washington again. And he is gang tackled.
Number 13, Kayshawn Washington, the ball carrier.
He picks up about 5 on that one. So it's going to be about 3rd and 2.
5-yard gain. It will be 3rd and 2, Dragons. Ball at the 32-yard line.
Ryan Allen checks in with the play.
Yard line.
Clock goes under 2 minutes, is down, running down to the 1:45 mark. As always, want to thank all the fine advertisers of the DSN. Thank you for supporting us. We're allowed to do this, bring the games to you. Washington will get the call again. He's got the first down, or should have it there, as he gets over the 30. Now he's pushed back, but the official is spotting it past the 30, which will be a first down for the Dragons. Clock continues to run as it gets down to the 1:05 mark.
First down, Dragons. Ball at the 31-yard line.
So from the 31, Junction City has hopefully a couple more plays left. Here's a give again. Washington fighting off Badgers. He will get a couple, no more.
Number 13, Tayshawn Washington, the ball carrier. Timeout. Badgers.
And for some reason, Beebe calls a timeout, and I'm not sure why. We'll leave it right here. Don't know what you can do with 33 seconds left and you're in the lead. But they're talking some things over. Beebe, like I said a while ago, will go to 1-3. They had 2 close games they could have, would have, should have won. Talking with Coach Gunter, he was pleased with the effort for the most part. He wanted to see his team really compete more, you know, show a little more spark, I guess is the best way to put it. They opened up conference play at Marmel next Friday night, so they have something to build on going into this one. Junction City with a bye week coming up, a much-needed bye week, and then they'll go into conference play also. We're ready to go. Coming out of the timeout, Johnson gives to Washington. Nowhere to go. He'll be brought down. Bring up 2nd down.
Number 13, Tayshawn Washington, the ball carrier.
And let's see if the Dragons run another play. They got 15 seconds to do it. And looking to the sideline, and I believe that's going to be it. Yep, that's going to be it. 5 seconds left. Clock will run down. And that is it. Final score, Beebe 49, Junction City 12. The Dragons fall to 2-3. As I said, 2 weeks off, and then they will go into conference play. Denton, do you have anything on the USW scoreboard? Real quick, Jonesboro was leading El Dorado, 5 minutes to go, 24-21. Thank Mr. Mark Wilson for shooting those scores to us. The last we had on the Fordyce-Clarendon game, 26-0 at the half. There was no updates on it. Smackover lost to Lakeside 40-0. That's about all we had. So you can hear the fireworks going off. We're going to call it a night. Everybody have a safe and wonderful weekend. We'll see you in 2 weeks.